Whoa, delayed, but yeah. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Mole Hole. I'm your host Chriz, aka the Mole, and yeah, today we're going to do a little short special looking at Lego DC Heroes Batman Be-Leagued. So, joining me for this one, James Phoenix,
Hello.
Marcus Shadow,
Yellow.
and Anastasia Laserbeam.
Hello.
And yeah, this special is a 30-minute Lego Batman special-ish that aired on Cartoon Network, probably to hype up the game that's due out Tuesday in America and Friday in the UK, which is Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So to look at this story, it's basically the story of how Batman came to join the Justice League in the Lego universe, if you will, or the Lego DC universe, which they've already announced a sequel to. Whoop! It's gonna be a full-fledged film, so cool. And yeah, so let's just go with what you thought about the story. What did you think about the story, Marcus?
I thought it was well written. It was nice and concise, but it didn't seem like they really cut corners, if you will, or cut things from the story to, for a time, because it seemed like everything fit and everything was there for a purpose, and you got all the requisite character development, which was great. So yeah, good job on the story, well written, and the dialogue is phenomenal.
I could agree. I could agree with that. And how about you, Jim?
I thought the story was very good. I thought it was very concise. I thought they kept it nice and simple so that anybody could follow it. So there was sort of thing that even if you didn't know squat about the Justice League, you knew what was going on. And I like the fact that it was easy to, okay, it was this hero, this villain, this villain. The story kind of proceeded in such a way that, it makes sense. It makes sense. It shows off all the characters, and it just does a great job with giving you a wide view of the different things in the Lego DC universe.
Yep. And how about you, Anastasia?
I thought it was very well written. I loved all the lines Superman had with Batman, and they were just super adorable. And I really loved the voice actor of Cyborg. Man, that was fucking awesome. I don't know if that was the original one, but
It is.
Like,
It's Carrie Payton. It's the voice of Cyborg.
Like a super fanboy of the series, and it was just adorable. He seemed like he was happy to be there. Everyone seemed like they were really thrilled about the whole project and their voices and everything. They really, wanted to do this. It sounded really fun.
And,
a lot of energy.
And I can agree with you guys. I thought the story was pretty damn well done. I love the fact the story is almost in-jokey and referencing, so it's basically just a love note to DC, which is awesome. Scenes I loved the one where Batman sat there, like I talked about in the past, but Batman sat there, talk about how I'm all alone, I'm solitary and all this, and then behind him is Robin, Batgirl, and Nightwing, and it's getting drinks off Alfred, and it's you finally addressed the thing I've been pointing out for a while, of Batman can't keep calling himself a loner when he's on every fucking team.
Yeah, and I love Dick. It's just
the biggest part of the DC.
That scene was awesome.
Yeah. I just love Dick. It's just when Bruce tells him all to go the fuck away, he's just oh, and just walks off dejectedly.
Yep.
Oh, poor Dick.
Yep. I thought they did a great twist with the villain. I thought that was wonderful.
Wonderful.
I also loved the fact, which is a small one, but I loved the fact they referenced the thing, which when I saw it, I was like, I don't know if they're taking the piss with that, or if they're just using the trope as it's intended, but I loved the fact, Batman's there with the pyramid, he's like, oh, it's all iced over, the only explanation can be, and then he mentions Captain Cold and stuff, it's like, wait a minute. Because I've pointed that out before now in a load of DC comics and comics in general, because Marvel do the same. If Batman is teaming with Flash and he wants to highlight Flash, he will say something like everything's frozen. He'll be like, oh, it's got to be Captain Cold. It's like, wait, did you just forget that Mr. Freeze exists? Why couldn't it have been your villain? But it's like, no, we have to highlight the other hero by only referencing it has to be their villain.
And for that matter, why couldn't it be Killer Frost?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who she actually is, but
Yeah, but I was just like,
Awesome.
Mr. Freeze is Batman's main Freeze villain, so that you know what I mean? They just always tend to forget that stuff.
Also, it seemed really interesting how knowledgeable Batman was about all these things. Like, they'd be like, oh, that thingy in the pyramids, obelisk. Oh, that pointy pitchfork thingy. You mean the trident? And, like, it's like...
Yeah.
Well, he's Batman. He actually does research on shit before he charges into the battlefield, unlike the rest of them.
Yep, unless he's played by Christian Bale. In which
Ah!
case, all the detecting he does is punch people in the face.
I detect that you're about to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
My fist is detecting your face.
But I will say, they did...
Go ahead.
I loved all the scenery and stuff, like... I'm sorry, I couldn't stop laughing at the penny.
Penny was great.
The big Two-Face penny with the little Lego. I think that's Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dude that likes to fight vampires. Yeah, it's him on the front of the guy. And I'm just like, the way they did it, it's so adorable. It's like, that's just like an awesome little penny. Or giant penny, depending on the reference.
I love that the Justice League didn't even take the main villain seriously. Like, even when they were captured, all they cared about was getting Batman on the team. They're like, yeah, we're the fucking Justice League. He's not going to hold us. Hey, Batman, want to join us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I also...
You're captured. Your powers have been dampened, and all you can think about is getting Batman to join your Glee Club? Really?
Yep. I also loved how they escaped.
They just opened the fucking door.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. If your cage was designed to stop our superpowers, he goes, yeah. So we just opened the door and walked out. And he's like, oh, damn. I love the fact they never tried that until when they had.
Yeah, nobody thought of it.
Yeah, they just thought, oh god, we gotta use our superpowers. Oh, our powers don't work here. Oh, and then they're just trapped. It's wonderful.
Well, they probably assumed the door was locked and didn't think to try it.
Am I the one? It wouldn't have made any goddamn sense, but am I the only one who would have marked the hell out if there was an explosion and they're out of the cage? You're like, oh, celebration! Like, wait, how did you get out? And Cyborg plays the replay, and the replay just shows a Lego cane ripping the door off the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you mean a stack down cane.
Ah, there you go.
I'm sorry to make that reference, but no.
But yeah, some of the jokes I think were great, where it's just kind of, and then, oh, by the way, joke is like something that should have, and it's like one of those jokes that are so simple, they're hilarious. Like, one of my favorite jokes is when they were underwater fighting Black Mana, and they're fighting around, and they're fighting over the trident and everything. And Aquaman takes it back, he's like, the trident is a symbol of Atlantis, it is a symbol of glory, and da-da-da. Also, it keeps the giant statue from falling over.
Yep. There's some great lines. I also love the fact, which some people may not, I love the fact it's not in continuity with the video games.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It can't be. Because, for example, Batman refers to Superman only as the alien and has never joined the Justice League, yet in Lego Batman 2, he knows the Justice League, he knows Superman by name, he's friends with him, but isn't Dick Robin?
Did they ever establish which Robin was Robin in that game?
I believe they said Robin was supposed to be Dick. That's why you got like an extra Nightwing costume for him in one of the Lego Batman games and stuff. And then they obviously made him a separate thing. But based on some of the stuff of how they've done it, I don't think it's meant to be in continuity, which is brilliant.
Yeah,
because if you like the games, you have your continuity. And then you got this one, which is spawning off into the film that comes out in February.
Yeah, and isn't like the Robin the acrobat, and stuff. So
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, he's also an acrobat, but yeah, which for those of you wondering, the film I have said I will be reviewing that with Marco Shadow and anyone that's probably going to join us. It's called the Lego DC Justice League vs Bizarro League. The trailer's available now.
I didn't know it had a subtitle, but that sounds cool.
I love the premise of that. When I saw the trailer, I could not stop laughing.
I couldn't, like, Darkseid.
Bizarro, wasn't that the gun that made you? Uh-huh. Bizarro, wait, what are you doing? Don't do that! Kadoom! Superman's just like, shit.
Yeah, well, I have to say, isn't there multiverse stuff in that too? Because there was a Batman all in like dark colors, and he hit the other Batman while saying, I'm the world's worst detective." Clearly, that's Nolan's Batman.
Ha! Wow.
No, but that'll be coming in the future. But this was just it was
True.
done like they did with the Lego Marvel thing to try and get you more hyped for the game or more infused for the game or get new people who will say, "Oh, I like this," and then find out. Which is great, and I think they did a better job than they did with Lego Marvel, because Lego Marvel, they released each chapter of the episode separately as and so therefore each episode, instead of getting great dialogue and a flowing story like this one, it was just, oh, now Loki's possessed Doc Ock, Spider-Man shows up and beats him in a punch. It was funny, but it wasn't as good as this, because this had an overarching narrative, which I think, the film, when it comes out, which will be even longer than this, will probably be even better.
Agreed.
But
also, there was one. Speaking of this thing not being in continuity, there was something else I noticed now that you mentioned it that pointed out this might not be in continuity. Also, I couldn't help but notice during a couple of the battles he did that Joker was wearing a hat and appeared to be the Jack Nicholson Joker. Anybody else pick up on that?
there's a reason for that.
Hat Joker from Lego Batman 3, basically.
Yeah, he's in Lego Batman 3.
Ah.
And to be fair, Joker's worn that outfit in the comics too, but he's used in Lego Batman 3 where he gets power suits like Batman did, and one of them puts him in that outfit.
Okay.
So I think they were using the models to hype the game.
That makes sense. I knew that the different Jokers and Batmans and stuff were appearing in the next game. I just didn't know exactly how they were working that into the plot, or if it was just bonus costumes. So that makes sense.
Oh, they mentioned they're working it in like how Batman used to have different suits. Now Joker does, because you're playing as him as a good guy now, or well, kind of a good guy.
Well, as good as Joker can be, anyway.
The lesser of two evils.
Right.
By the way, Jim, a little trivia for you, since I know you probably haven't had time to do any research on this, because you probably just watched it in the long dawn. The voice of Batmite, do you know who voiced him?
The voice of Batmite. It did sound familiar.
It's Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, nice.
Paul Rubens. Yeah.
Question-
When I saw that, I was like, wait, he voiced Batmite?
Question for you. Did he also voice Batman in Brave and the Bold? Because he sounds just like Batman's Brave and the Bold.
Batmite, maybe?
No, Batman and Brave and the Bold was voiced by Batmite, maybe. I don't know. I can find out for you. Hang on.
Or are you talking about actual Batman?
I was talking about Batmite because in Batman Brave and the Bold, when they had a few Batmite episodes, he sounds like this voice. So it's either they've done a similar voice or it's the same guy. Either way, that's kind of cool, because that is how I think of Batmite.
Yes, Batmite in Brave and the Bold was also voiced by Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman.
Yay!
This thing had a great voice cast.
It did. It really did. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hang on. I want to check one thing though. I can't check because they don't have a cast list on here. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't read a cast list for this. But was Aquaman being voiced by Ron Paulson?
Nope.
Because he sounded
Aquaman
like
was
it for a
voiced by
couple
D.
minutes.
Bradley Baker.
Oh, okay. Well, he sounds like everybody, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Which I was a little disappointed-ish, only in hindsight, when I realised who was voicing Green Lantern Green Arrow in the game, that he wasn't in this. I was like, because they got Arrow from the TV show to actually voice Green Arrow, and I'm like, yay! Even better because of the Arrow DLC that's coming. But yeah, the episode itself, like I said, we flowed well, and like Mark said, the voice acting was top-notch. So, what did everyone want to give it to round up, final thoughts?
I just want to mention one other thing, though, that kind of annoyed me about this before we do the final thoughts, just quickly. Because I know we were talking about a lot of positive things, but there was one negative thing about this that I did not like that kind of threw me off when they went through this all. Okay, I can understand with Cyborg, he's kind of new to the league, it's kind of a new thing. How is it that Wonder Woman doesn't get to fight one of her own villains? I understand her villains aren't that well known, but come on, you could have at least put Cersei in there. People have heard of her.
Yeah, you could have, but they wanted to use Lex because he's more known.
True.
It's probably they wanted to use villains from the game, and I don't think Wonder Woman has really any villains in the game.
That is true.
Cheetah.
Oh, she has Cheetah.
Yeah,
That's fair enough.
But I think they were going, because they were all teaming up, so I think they were just using bigger villains, so or more known ones, just because, as well as that, because, well, like you said, she may be, like Cersei and Cheetah and stuff, may be partly known, Jim, to people like us. This was also shown on Cartoon Network for kids. Kids don't really know those characters.
That's
It
true.
makes sense. You want to highlight the biggest stuff for the game, so.
And I will say, hands down, another great scene now. Wonder Woman does get one of the best scenes though. I loved Wonder Woman going, when she's on the date.
Hmm.
I believe that's from the second game though, but that's still awesome. No, it's not the
Yeah.
second game, from the third game. In the trailer for the third game, she gets a great scene in the game. But in this one, yeah. What's everyone's final thoughts? And take us away first, Anastasia.
I thought it was really fun and enjoyable, and incredibly well written. It was makes me love Lego anything even more. And it was really fun that it was like the last place I'm trying to go to, the Justice League. Oh God, it's just great. And I love I love the Batmite being the villain. So yeah, it was just all wonderful. It's just a whole, like you said, a love note to the whole friggin' DC.
Yeah, it was. Okay, how about you, Jim?
I agree. I really enjoyed the. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of great jokes in there. It made you laugh in that way. We didn't have to think about laughing. It was just kind of there, so it was accessible to everybody, and that was what was really great about it. Yeah, the villain twist was pretty fun. It was well done. I didn't expect that, but it worked. And it was a good setup to the little Justice League animated DC Lego universe. I like that. So I would say overall, give it a 9 to 9.5. It was really, really good. I mean, nothing is perfect. Like I said, I'm still a little irked that we didn't get a Wonder Woman villain, but 9 to 9.5. It was very good.
And I disagree. I'd say I'm pretty perfect, but no. What? Okay. Well, how about you, Marcus?
All right. Well, before I go into my final thoughts, I did want to air one minor annoyance I had, and I think it's because I'm such a huge fan of the original cartoon. But in everything that Kerry Payton has voiced Cyborg for, with maybe the exception of being Injustice, because I think he did voice Cyborg in that, but in pretty much everything he voices Cyborg for, either he or the writers of the show or movie always sneak in a booyah. And he never once said booyah in the movie, and that made me go, oh. Because as soon as I realized that was his voice, I was like, oh, come on, you've got to say it at least once. And he never said it. And I was just like, oh. Because they were doing all those like in-jokes and stuff, and it was a love letter type thing, I'm like, you got to sneak that in somewhere. Come on.
To be fair, that'll probably be in the game.
Maybe. I'm hoping it'll be in the second movie.
It might be.
But I really did like this movie. From top to bottom, this thing was done, well, with love. You could tell, with love for the material and love for the people who were going to be watching it, because they know, yeah, okay, it's going to be on Cartoon Network, it's going to be for kids, but they know that the overarching audience for this is going to be people like us. It's going to be the fans, and you can tell that they understood that. And it's written well, animated well, voiced superbly. I happened to find a voice cast list for the majority of the people, and it's just top to bottom, like almost the best voice talent you could get. I mean, Kevin Michael Richardson, Troy Baker, Nolan North, come on.
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens. I mean,
I will say Nolan North is a little overrated.
He's decent.
But I do agree with the rest of the cast. I'm sorry, Nolan North is just, it's a peeve of mine because whenever he appears in games now, people are like, yeah, it's got him in it. Yeah, it's like, but he's not that great, to be fair. I mean, he's good, but people are overrating him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree with the rest of them being awesome.
Gideon Emery is going to be the new Nolan North. That's my prediction.
D. Bradley Baker as Aquaman.
He's fucking whoring himself out to fucking every single game now. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because he's fucking everywhere.
I'm going to be honest, the only name I didn't recognize was the voice actress for Wonder Woman.
Which is who?
I don't remember.
Fair enough. Did you want to give it a rating or not? It's cool either way.
I do recommend, if there's people out there that are fans of, the DC stuff, the Lego stuff, Lego DC, fans of, hell, if you're fans of the Teen Titans cartoons, of either iterations of it, you'll find a lot to love. Cartoons in general, watch this thing. It was short run on Cartoon Network. You can find it if you want to pay for it. Go to Cartoon Network's website and pay for an account.
It's not pay for it. what a lot of websites are doing, like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon now, is you can go watch it there for free if you are a subscriber to the appropriate cable or satellite television provider. And if you are, then it will cue you to sign in with your appropriate login information that you should have from your provider to access that type of content. Because that's how these cable companies are working now, is they're basically saying, if you don't subscribe to us, we're going to block your access to content on websites because we're dicks.
Yeah. To be fair, it makes perfect sense because so many people were saying, well, we're not going to subscribe to them. We'll just wait till the next day when it's on demand. It's like, so all you're doing is screwing over the people that do subscribe to that by getting the content for free and not actually supporting ratings.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you could do that. You can go onto their site. I'm sure they have a list there of the the providers that they support. Otherwise, you can go on to YouTube's and it's there. That's where we found it, or where I found it for us.
Yeah, that's I agree with most support. Or at least unless you're in an area in which there's only one option for a cable provider, and that cable provider does not have the appropriate information to access that type of online content. So yeah.
So I do advise people to check it out. The sequel movie, the Justice League one that we mentioned, that will actually be going direct to DVD and Blu-ray, so you can purchase that in February 2015.
Yeah, I think it's slated for February 10th, but I don't know if it will come out then. It's slated because when they said it's slated for them, but they didn't put the date in the trailer, so I think they're waiting in case they have to push it back.
Fair enough. So yes, I would go check that out because that's probably going to be awesome. And I will give this short movie, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was very well done, and I really did enjoy it.
Fair enough. And I'll say for my final thoughts, I enjoyed the crap out of it. I loved it. It was done really well. Lots of in-jokes, like Marcus said, great voice cast and stuff. Just loads of little scenes and stuff. You have to watch it. And since I normally do these in buy, rent, avoid, I'll just go with watch or avoid, and the only option is watch, because come on, it's free to watch if you subscribe to the right people and stuff. I watched mine via Cartoon Network HD over here, and I had that, and that was pretty awesome. I know they watched it online later on, but it's totally worth checking out because it's fucking awesome. So,
it is.
Yay.
Hopefully, and this is what I'm hoping, since it's only a 30-minute short, hopefully they'll include that as a bonus on the sequel disc.
That's what I've been thinking. I'm hoping it's a bonus. But I was your host, Chriz, aka The Mole, and I will be reminding you to check out next month December on the Comic Zone, in which I do stuff like I review Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham with Marcus Shadow. I review Supergirl with Anastasia Laserbeam and possibly Jim, along with other comics, other specials, and other shows and stuff all being reviewed, including Flashpoint with Jim. And hopefully Son of Batman with QJ, but I can't promise that one. But I was your host, The Chriz, aka Mole. Thank you to my guests.
You're welcome.
Woo!
And see ya.
Yay!